the bottom of the Irvine housing market behind us? That is the question right now. Your neighbor probably thinks that prices are about to crash, your coworker probably swears it's about to take off, and the national headlines are genuinely not helpful. So I pulled the actual real-time data for Irvine this week, and here's something most market update videos miss. In Irvine, condos make up more than half of the total active inventory right now, not single-family homes. So those two segments don't always move in lockstep. So I'm covering both. Let's go. Quick intro, I'm Danae Aballi-Mecham. I'm a realtor with Real Broker here in Irvine. I post one of these the first week of every month, so you always have current local data, not 6-week-old national statistics that have nothing to do with our local streets. If you want to talk through what any of this means for your specific situation, I have a link in the description to book a call with me. Okay, on to the numbers. I pulled this data on March 25th, so you know exactly how fresh this is. Single family homes first. The median list price was $2,659,000 and our price per square foot, $939. Active inventory, 224 homes on the market. Median days on market, only 35. And 24% of active listings had at least one price reduction. The market action index is at 38. That's the number Altos uses to answer the real question, which is how is the market right now? Above 30 means sellers have the advantage. Below 30 tips towards the buyer's favor. And we're at 39 last month, so we've ticked down just 1 point, a small move, but it's a direction worth watching. Now, here's the part most Irvine market updates skip, and honestly, it drives me a little crazy. Right now, there are 224 single-family homes active and 290 condos active. That's 514 total listings, and condos make up 56% of our inventory. So if you're only looking at the data from single-family, you're literally working with less than half the picture. So here's what the condos are doing this week. Median list price, $1,299,694. Price per square foot, $770 compared to the $937 for the single family homes, which makes sense for the product type. Active inventory, 290, days on market, 42, a little bit longer than single family, and 28% of our condos have had a price adjustment. Here's the interesting part though. The condo market action index is 40. It's 2 points higher than the single family's 38. And Alto's own market narrative says that home sales are outstripping supply, and the market action index has been moving higher for several weeks with upward pressure on the price as it trends to continue. So the demand to supply ratio is actually a little stronger in the condo market right now. That nuance is worth understanding. The pattern I watch is that condos tend to respond first when rates shift because they're the entry point for a lot of our buyers. So when rates tick down even 0.5%, the condo activity picks up before the single family market does. So that higher condo MAI is a pretty encouraging leading indicator for where the whole market is heading. Across both segments, the 24% of the single family listings and 28% of the condo listings have had at least one price cut. So roughly 1 in 4 sellers overall came in with aspirational pricing and had to adjust. That's not a red flag, that's just a market finding its equilibrium. The era of slapping any price on a home and watching it sell over asking in a weekend is completely behind us for now. The market rewards accurate pricing and penalizes wishful thinking. So which honestly is how a healthy market is supposed to work. All right, the question everyone came here for is my personal honest read. So for Irvine specifically, yes, I think we are at or near the floor, and here's why. Combined, we have 514 active listings across both segments, condos and houses. It's still historically tight for a city of this size. Both the market action indexes are above 30, meaning sellers still hold the advantage, and the condo market action activity is actually moving higher, which again is a leading indicator that buyer demand is building, not fading. The migration data, which I covered in detail in my last video, I'll link it here too, shows more people move to Irvine than leave. And so these inbound buyers are high income, qualified, and motivated, and they are not going anywhere. On the macro side, mortgage rates are projected to ease toward the 6% line, and the California Association of Realtors expects still appreciation around 3.6%. Is there risk? Always. If rates spike, then there might be an employment shock and the picture could definitely change. But sitting on the sidelines waiting for a crash that the current data doesn't support is not a strategy. Might be a hope at best, and hope is not a great real estate plan. If you're a buyer, whether you're looking at houses or condos, right now is genuinely interesting. You have more negotiation room than you did a year ago, especially on anything sitting for 60 or 90 days. On the condo side, 28% of our listings already have been price reduced, so those sellers are motivated. That's where I'd personally start. And when rates tick down even a half a point this spring, more buyers come off the sideline and compete against you. So the buyers I'm working with are actually moving to get ahead of that. Waiting for a crash that may never come is not a plan. If you're selling, both segments are still in a slight seller's advantage territory, but the key word is slight. Buyers are watching days on market very closely. If your home sits past 45 days, they start wondering what's wrong with it, even if the only thing wrong with it is the price. Price it accurately from day one, present it well, and the demand is there. I have qualified buyers actively looking right now in both single family and condo markets, so if your home is priced right, you will sell it. That's your Irvine market update for March 2026, single family and condos, no cherry picking data for this week. And if this was helpful, please hit subscribe. I drop one of these every single month, the first week every time. And if you want to talk through what any of this means for your specific situation, book a call through the link in the description. Always no pitch, just a real conversation. I'll see you next month.